All-American Trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
ArtMate, offering custom frames, art supplies, and jewelry.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, a sports restaurant experience located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill, located on 31st Avenue in Minot. Fiance, with all your prom and bridal needs, located in downtown Minot.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports.
KIZZ FM Z94, playing today's hit music.
Fix 99.9, Minot's music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream, serving the Midwest since 1972.
KRRZ, 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZPR 105.3 FM, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, bringing music to the Northern Plains since 1980.
KYYX, Kicks 97.1, bringing Minot country since 1977.
MSU Beavers Hockey, online info at msubeavers.com.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, year-round entertainment.
Forward Communication, connecting professionals in the Midwest.
MSU Bookstore, for all your campus needs.
The Red and Green, MSU's student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, locally owned sandwich shop located in Southwest Minot.
Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, beer. The Minot Masonic Lodge, good men working to be better. Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast. Drive-In Financial, connecting faith and finances.
PMQ Entertainment, performing at weddings, proms, and dances.
The Pursuit, creating a place in Minot where everyone is welcome.
Mouse River Players, community theater since 1971.
H-Bar-B Construction, for all your oil field needs.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Inside Out. I'm Lane Sarston.
And I'm Briley Boyce.
To start off the show, we're going to have Taylor Rozzari with the news. She's got some information about what's going on campus here tonight.
Okay, I have the lovely Savannah Young. She's a general manager, the assistant general manager of Saber Dogs. More on that later.
That'll be exciting.
Yep.
Annika Kraft here is again. This time she's going to be talking about her senior project. It's a 10-minute play showcase, which will be opening up this weekend.
Kyler Sharp will be with our live shot in the Dome talking more about spring football.
And then we're going to be having Blake Friars up here with sports. He's got some information on the T-Wolves. Kat over there has been doing some pretty impressive things.
And then we're going to wrap up with weather by Hannah Davis.
Alrighty, Taylor. How are you doing over there? You ready to get back to work after spring break?
Oh yeah, it's always fun being with you guys talking about some of the events that are going to be happening tonight, especially if you're ready to have fun. There's Easter bingo.
Ooh, that's
I know we were talking about the Easter egg hunt, but that's not until next week. So yeah, there's lots of events happening. Right. I'm excited to be here again though. I know you guys are. So
yeah.
Minot State Life will be hosting Easter Bingo tonight at 8:30 p.m. in the Beaver Dam. Students are free to relax and watch or take part in the bingo for a chance to win prizes. Valid MSU ID is required. For more information about these events, visit MSU Life on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. One MSU student has organized a showcase of 10-minute plays written, directed, and performed by fellow students. Hannah Davis stopped by the rehearsal of Bonnie and Clyde to give us a sneak peek.
How was that?
Long-winded.
The showcase begins with two infamous people, but with a twist.
We're both gay lovers in this show. In this play, we're trying to hype ourselves up and talk about just getting ready for our first robbery.
Along with the usual challenges of putting on a show, from scheduling to choreography, they're working with a brand new director.
It's kind of a low pressure environment. I want to do as good as I can, but everybody's really cheering me on and rooting me on, and so it's nice to have the pressure taken off and be able to really focus on the whole experience of doing my first show.
The unique environment has allowed for a more collaborative effort than other shows.
As we grow older, our creativity matures, it can become stronger, either more fluid or more focused. I think Jaron is just beginning to grasp his creativity as a director, and I think he'll grow into it more over time as he gets more experience.
Bonnie and Clyde as you've never seen them before. For Inside Out, I'm Hannah Davis.
The 10-minute play showcase will be performed Friday and Saturday at 7:30 p.m. Free will donation is the admission. The second annual Troy Irwin Memorial Dodgeball Tournament will be held tomorrow at Eric Ramstead Middle School. Troy was an 8th grade history teacher at Ramstead before passing away in late 2016. The event is sponsored and organized by students at Ramstead, and proceeds will be donated to the SRT Relay for Life team and for the American Cancer Society. Although the deadline for registration is already passed, admission is only $3, so come out and have fun for a good cause. Once again, all proceeds will be donated to the SRT Relay for Life team. First match is at 4:05 p.m. There is a new social media concentration being offered in the fall 2018 at Minot State University. The new concentration will provide students with the digital communication expertise to empower their resumes. This concentration will be offered through the broadcasting department, and for more information on these courses, you can contact Dr. Christina Paxman at 701-858-4238. A blood drive will be taking place Monday, March 26th in the MSU Wellness Center. Donors are encouraged to wear orange for Mason's mission. Mason is a 2nd grader at Ned Rose School who is battling leukemia. He will need blood transfusions for the next 3 years. You can share your support by posting a picture of your donation by using the hashtag Mason's Mission. You can get more info and schedule your appointment by contacting Courtney Burkhardt at courtney.burkhardt@ndus.edu or by phone at 701-858-4082. Walk-in donations are also welcome. So there's, once again, a lot of events happening, especially those that involve the community. So that's really good to see.
Right, and so speaking of events involving the community, baseball is back in the Magic City. I have the lovely Savannah Young with me today. Savannah, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, how are you?
I'm great, thank you. So you're with the Saber Dogs. What exactly is the Souris Valley Saber Dogs?
Sure, so we are a new summer collegiate baseball team in Minot. We are pretty much aiming to bring another entertainment aspect here to Minot during the summers.
So how does your league work?
Yeah, so it's a brand new league. Our collegiate, or we have all collegiate players. We bring our players from all over the country. We have players all the way from Hawaii Pacific to Minot State. So we have 2 players from Minot State actually, but we have 2 coaches. And they are actually coming to us from Alabama. So literally everybody is coming from all over the country. And they are kind of the ones who recruit our players from everywhere. They talk to coaches from schools in like JUCO colleges or even all the way up to D1 colleges. And so our talent is going to be very high caliber, so it's going to be exciting.
You have such a wide range of players.
Yes.
What do you need to qualify for the team?
So what we look for is obviously good talent, but also you have to be in good standing with your school. So you have to have good grades, just be kind of a good, genuine person. We don't just pick up Joe Schmo off the side of the road to come play for us. So these are going to be some stars here.
You mentioned that we have 2 Minot State players.
Yes.
How's the rest of your roster looking?
We are almost completely done. We are going to have 30 players on the roster. So it's a pretty good team. Gets a lot of people a lot of time to work on their skill set and all that stuff. So we're almost done. We're still looking for a couple more, but it's going to be fun.
Where are the other players from?
So we have players, like I said, coming from all the way from Hawaii, from like Washington State. We have some from California, Louisiana, Florida, and yeah, just kind of all over the place.
So this is your first season. What are you looking forward to?
We are really excited just to be in the community. All of our players have to actually do 3 community service projects or just like appearances in the community while they're here. They're huge with marketing for us. We only have 2 people, full-time staff during the off season, so they will help a lot with our branding and stuff. We love to get back to the community. We want to get involved with all community events and all that stuff. We're actually going to be doing some fundraising for the community during the season, including trying to give back to a nonprofit for every home game. We have 32 home games, so hopefully we can get at least 32 nonprofits involved. So it's going to be awesome. And then another way that the community can get involved is we are looking for host families right now as well. Our players are not paid because we have to follow the NCAA rules. So we actually have all of our players housed with families. So we're almost halfway done looking for those, but we still need a few more.
That's awesome. I think this is amazing that you guys have this in the Magic City. It's a new feel and it's a great place to start a great company. And I wish you guys the best. And thank you for being with us today, Savannah.
Yeah, of course. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. College thespians are back at it this week. Spring football is underway. The hockey team came close once again, but don't put your shovels away just yet. More details right after these underwriters.
All-American trophies for all your screen printing and embroidery needs.
ArtMade, offering custom frames, art supplies, and jewelry.
Buffalo Wings and Rings, a sports restaurant experience located in South Minot.
Badlands Bar and Grill, located on 31st Avenue in Minot. Fiance, with all your prom and bridal needs, located in downtown Minot.
KCJB 910 AM, Minot's news and information station.
Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports.
KIZZ FM Z94, playing today's hit music.
Fix 99.9, Minot's music mix.
Happy Joe's Pizza and Ice Cream, serving the Midwest since 1972.
KRRZ 1390 AM, Minot's classic hits.
KZPR 105.3 FM, Minot's rock station.
Jacobson Music, bringing music to the Northern Plains since 1980.
KYYX, Kicks 97.1, bringing Minot country since 1977.
MSU Beavers Hockey, online info at msubeavers.com.
Qdoba, easy, on time, full of flavor.
MSU Theater Department, year-round entertainment.
Forward Communication, connecting professionals in the Midwest.
MSU Bookstore, for all your campus needs.
The Red and Green, MSU's student-run newspaper.
Magic City Hoagies, locally owned sandwich shop located in Southwest Minot.
Spicy Pie, pizza, grinders, beer. The Minot Masonic Lodge, good men working to be better. Taco John's, offering fresh tacos, burritos, nachos, and breakfast. Drive-In Financial, connecting faith and finances.
PMQ Entertainment, performing at weddings, proms, and dances.
The Pursuit, creating a place in Minot where everyone is welcome.
Mouse River Players, community theater since 1971.
H-Bar-B Construction, for all your oil field needs.
Welcome back. I'm Lane Sarston, and with me again now I have Annika Kraft. You were here earlier this season. You are a chemistry theater major about to graduate, and your theater senior project is the 10-minute showcase.
Yes.
What inspired you to do a 10-minute showcase?
Well, it started 2 years ago when the two classes, playwriting and directing, were offered. We had a group of students that were involved in both classes, and we found out all of the talent that we had in our own department. The plays that our students were writing were amazing. And so we're like, hey, we now know how to write plays. We learned how to direct plays. Let's put them on. That's kind of what guided the whole thing.
And it's also a really good opportunity for people that haven't done this yet.
Yes, it's a great intro to the program. As last year and this year, we're getting people that aren't theater majors involved. So that's really fun.
Yeah, it is. You get to get a whole color of people coming on in. What kind of impact do you think this will have on the theater department as a whole, though, giving these people an opportunity to just get their feet wet?
That's the thing that really had a play in this, is I'm really excited for the impact that'll have, because it gives students the opportunity to get their works produced, which can help them get it published, is one thing we found out in playwriting. So if your show is produced somewhere, it has a step up in getting published somewhere. And then our student directors get more opportunities to direct, because we only have one directing class here, so this gets more opportunities for that and more practice. And then actors, we get people who maybe aren't as comfortable as some of our other actors. We get them just the baby step in by having a 10-minute showcase.
Awesome. Now, this isn't your first showcase you've done. You did a 10-minute last year.
Yes, I like to call that version 1.0. It was kind of fast, but we made it happen. We started it in March. Just getting it all together, I collected scripts and found directors, and then we had auditions, and we performed in late April. We had 4 shows. It was really exciting. We had actually one of your own, K.O. Borner. We produced one of his plays, which was really exciting. So we incorporated more people than just in the theater department.
Now, what are some of the challenges you faced this year that have been different from last?
Yes. So the first year, I got a little too involved. I produced, acted, and directed a show. So this year, I'm trying to step back, even though it hurts a little bit to do that. So the one thing that has hurt is in that I'm stepping back a little bit, but I don't have the assistant that I had last year. So I had kind of a right-hand man that just guided me through and helped me fill in all those gaps last year. And so she transferred to a different school, unfortunately. So I'm missing her a lot, because she really helped in a lot of areas.
What have you had to do to pick up that slack?
Been more aware of myself, had to make a lot of lists, be more aware of publicity, as well as creating programs and writing it and being involved with all of the directors.
Do you think that's helped you overall?
Yes, it has been beneficial. It's also stressed me out a little bit, to be honest. But I think this project has really taught me a lot on organization and communication, and just how difficult it is being in control of a bunch of different people.
Yeah, well, thank you very much for being on the show with us again, Annika. I wish you the best of luck. Hopefully the snowstorm doesn't affect your attendance any.
Oh, I hope so too. Thank you.
Moving over to a different black box, though, we're going to be getting some info on football. It is spring, so it might be a little early for some people, but Kyler Sharp is live with more.
Minot State finished last season on a high note, beating the Huskies in St. Cloud. The Beavers continue to look moving forward with spring season approaching. Joining me now is the new defensive backs coach, Nathan Koziel. Coach, can you tell me what your expectations are for this spring season?
You know, when you go into spring ball, it's a lot of, being more of a student of the game, going beyond X's and O's and really focusing on what you're trying to do and really developing those parts of your game so then you're a smarter football player, X's and O's.
And how have winter workouts been going so far? We know we just had Max's today, and they've been working out since they got here in January. So are the workouts going to continue going throughout spring? So how have they been going?
Yeah, I think our guys have worked extremely hard in the weight room this year. Obviously, there's a lot we can still improve on, and we laid the great foundation last year in year one in the Coach Aldrich era. And, throughout spring, they are obviously going to still lift, yes. So every day we have practice, they're going to be lifting as well later on in that afternoon or earlier in the day because we got to keep gaining for the next season.
Now, to my understanding, Coach Joe Dell, who was the former defensive backs coach here, was now coaching defensive backs at Weber State. Was that a big shock to you when he decided to leave this program?
Coach Dell, yeah, he was a great coach here for us, coaching the defensive backs, and he's from Utah. He played at the University of Utah, and he has a bunch of family in the Salt Lake area. And so when you have the opportunity to go home to see his family, he's actually a coach under his position coach when he was a player in college, and it was a great decision for him, and I think that I wish him the best of his future.
All right, last question. You guys brought in a new coach to coach the defensive front seven, and Rob Schlager. How much of an effect is he going to have on this team?
Yeah, Coach Schlager is going to be a huge addition to our staff and to our program. Every day we preach stick by stick. We want to get better each day, so ultimately we build that dam and be successful. And Coach Schlager lives that every single day. He's the most intense, and he demands perfect from everyone. And that's really what we need to strive for every day is be perfect at what we do, and we'll be the best program that we can possibly be.
And I completely agree. Perfection is what everybody strives for. Thank you for being here, Coach.
Hey, thank you.
All right, guys, this is the new defensive backs coach, Nathan Koziel. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, Kyler, and thank you, Coach, for coming on out for us. Now, we're going to do more sports here, Blake. Now, this one is maybe a little bit of sad information for those of you who haven't really kept up with our hockey team.
Yep. The men's team fell short again in the semifinals. It's almost like the team's cursed when it comes to the national tournament. 3 straight years going to number one, and all 3 years have gotten upset. So, but the women's team took another step forward in the right direction. They got a bright future for sure. Minot State men's hockey team season ended in heartbreak last week. Despite outshooting the University of Illinois 56-26, the Beavers still fell 4-2. This marks the 3rd straight season the number 1 seed failed to play past the semis. The Beavers seniors Linda Lipinski, Bryce Lipinski, Sam Briscoe, Derek Brooks, Robbie Moore, Morgan Martell, Carrie Morrison, Craig Fournier, Austin Yano, and captain Eric Bullifer. It was their final game in a Beaver uniform. Austin Yano was named to the first team All-Tournament, Sam Briscoe was named to the second team All-Tournament, and Craig Fournier and Kyle Lipinski were honorable mentions for the All-Tournament. Last year, the women's hockey team snuck into the national tournament and ran all the way to the semifinals. This year, they one-upped themselves. The Beavers played in the national champions this past weekend. Unfortunately, they fell 4-1 to the defending champs, the Lake Cat Thunderwolves. Vanessa Grimstad was named All-American second team. Mackenzie Ballog and goaltender Shelby Tornado were named to the All-American first team. Ballog was also named the Zoe Harris Player of the Year, finishing the season with 33 goals, 51 points in 25 games. Some late-game heroics powered the Minot State Beavers baseball team to a Saturday sweep over the Winona State Warriors Club. They won the first game 11-5 and the second game in the doubleheader, trailing 7-3 going into the 8th inning. The Beavers started their comeback, scoring 2 in the 8th, and in the 9th, Zach Kunkel hit a go-ahead 2-run home run to give the Beavers a 9-7 victory. The Beavers now sit 5-9 overall on the season and hold a 3-1 record in conference play. With unpredictable weather, unpredictable weather, the Beavers had to travel south to Nebraska to face Minnesota State University Mankato. The two teams opened up a 4-game set today at 1 p.m. The state of Kansas was not kind to the softball team last weekend. They fell in 4 of 5 games in the Imperial State Softball Classic. They beat Central Oklahoma 10-9, but lost to Northeastern State, Pittsburgh State, Emporia State, and Missouri Southern State in the final 4 games, getting outscored 30-14 in those contests. The Beavers sit with a record of 13-8 overall and open up conference play Tuesday, March 27th against in-state rival University of New Mary. The Minnesota Wild are back in action Saturday night against the best team in the West. As the Nashville Predators take a visit to the Xcel Energy Center, the Minnesota Wild currently sit 3rd in the Central Division with 90 points, 2 points clear of the Colorado Avalanche for the final spot in the West. The Minnesota Timberwolves were in action Tuesday, beating the Los Angeles Clippers 123-109. Karl Anthony Towns had a game-high 30 points and grabbed 10 rebounds for his NBA best 60th triple-double of the season. With the win, the T-Wolves now move to 41-31 and sit 7th in a jam-packed Western Conference. The Wolves are in action tomorrow when they travel to the Big Apple to face the New York Knicks. The Timberwolves are in a dog battle to get up in the Western Conference. They got a lot of young talent. Karl Anthony Towns, Wiggins. Hopefully Butler comes back for playoffs. They're a team that can shock some teams in the West and maybe make an upset.
Yeah, especially you mentioned Jimmy Butler. If he comes back, he could make a big impact on that squad, and they could have an interesting playoff run.
I think if they get the 8 seed, they got a chance to upset the Houston Rockets for sure.
I think a lot of people would like to see that.
Yeah, for sure.
I wouldn't. Not the Rockets.
Come on. Well, moving on to weather, we've got Hannah Davis over here. Hannah, I received some disappointing news that we're getting more snow.
Unfortunately, the news you heard is true. We are going to be hit pretty heavily with some snow on Friday. But before that, we do have some nice weather. I know it's tomorrow, but we still have some nice weather on the way. I'll take you over to our weather center. And right now, our temperatures are just so beautiful. We have 30s across the map, upper 30s, in fact, for most of us. And in Dickinson, some lower 40s, which is beautiful. It's hard to believe that we're going to have such a horrible snowstorm tomorrow. It was started off real foggy and a little cloudy this morning, but the sun has finally peeked out from beyond the clouds, and beyond Friday, it's actually going to look a lot more like that. But our women's golf team will be traveling to Axtell, Nebraska. Sorry about that. They have some fantastic weather, even beautiful than what we're having. They're having some upper 50s and then lower 50s, which we probably won't even be seeing until probably April or May. And their lows are pretty much our temperatures that we've been having, besides today with those 41 in Dickinson. But the main reason I wanted to talk about this is because they're leaving on Friday, and we are supposed to get between 6 and 10 inches of snow. I've seen on some models. It really varies. I'm sure we'll have a better idea of how much snow we'll really get, but regardless of how much snow we'll get, they're going to be traveling in some pretty nasty weather, so we'll hope that they drive real safe. But honestly, after tomorrow, the weather isn't going to be looking too bad. We're going to have some beautiful temperatures. Again, the snow on Friday, but then it's going to go up a little bit on Saturday and Sunday. That cloud cover, I think, will help keep the temperatures a little warm, even though we'll have some snow on the ground, but hopefully it'll melt. And then, depending on where you look, we could have a little bit of snow on Monday, but it really depends on what weather radar you're looking at, whether or not we're getting snow on Monday. But the one that I have chosen to use today, it's just showing that we're going to have some cloudy weather. It'll go down a little bit in temperature. But on Tuesday, it's supposed to be sunny. Finally, after all these cloudy days, we're going to have some sunshine. And then Wednesday and Thursday, we'll have partly sunny temperatures, but honestly, it's not that bad, especially compared to what we were having. And those lows, they're not even too bad. I really can't complain, you guys. So Lane and Briley, even though we are going to have some heavy snow on Friday, I mean, we really can't complain about the weather that we're going to have.
Yeah, looking at some of those other temperatures there, it doesn't look like the snow's going to last too long.
That's my hopes. I'm hoping it'll melt quick, kind of like the storm that we had last weekend did. Although those those running rivers down the roads that we have here on our hills, they're just so obnoxious. I have to go clean my car. I drove through a huge puddle, and I don't want that snow melt again, but I think we'll probably have it.
Well, it'll be a good reason to get rain boots out and just go out in those puddles.
Yeah, then it'll really start feeling like spring.
Yep.
And if we're really lucky, it might just completely just come down hard, and then we get a snow day.
That's what I'm hoping for. Honestly, that's what I'm holding out for. I'm waiting for that email.
Well, Dr. Shirley, you heard it here, and we know you're watching. We're waiting for that snow day. Thank you so much, Hannah. Thank you, Annika, for coming on in for a second time thus far this season. I hope that, despite the hopes for the snow day, I hope it doesn't affect your 10-minute play festival this weekend.
Yep, and thank you, Savannah Young, for telling us about the Saber Dogs. Good luck with your very first season, and I hope you guys check them out since it's their very first time in Minot. I'm really excited, even though I'll be gone. After May, I'll be leaving forever.
Well, I will still be here during the summer. It's actually going to be my first summer up here in Minot, like officially like moving up here. I got an apartment just at the beginning of the school year, and I've gotten an experience, a lot of experience with baseball. I love it. I've gotten to play it. I've gotten to ump it. I've gotten the opportunity to call a couple of games. So it's really exciting to have a league like that up here, and I mean, I'll be checking it out. Everyone else should too.
Yeah, there is softball this weekend against UMary for their conference games. Oh. Yep, but before that, back to the Saber Dogs comment, the two Minot State baseball players that are playing represent, we're rooting for you, and kick butt.
And for that, I'm Lane Sarston.
And I'm Briley Boyce. And also another side note, P.S. we won't have another show next week because of Easter.
Oh, yeah.
And we just want to wish you a happy Easter in advance.